Honestly, guys, do not be out here working for free. Don't do it. I'm telling you, do not do it. Don't let people on the internet, don't let, people in your family tell you, oh, work for free. Like, you already know your situation. Like, you know that if you're a youth or in your 20s or whatever, and your parents will give you a $2,000 to $3,000 stipend every month so that you can go on vacations, have your own apartment while you pursue your dreams, so you can afford to be, a free intern, semi comfortably. If you have that situation, but more often than not, you do not have that situation. And don't listen to this shit. Don't listen to those exceptions, because I have talked to hiring people. I have talked to people in the music industry, in publishing, in film, where they freaking will hire these unpaid interns, and they already know within the first week if they're gonna hire you long term, or if after your tenure, or after your internship is over, if they're gonna end up hiring you. They know that shit the first week. There's nothing you can do after that. And you know what? You know the fuck what? You know the fuck what? They will keep you and then keep you for free, knowing they're never gonna hire you. I've talked to people, I've had these conversations, and I never called them out when I was there, because I wanted to hear the full truth. I wanted them to think I was 100% non-judgmental. And I'm there sitting there saying, yeah, I already knew I wasn't gonna hire these people, but they're still here, so they will have your ass working there for years for free. Look it up. Like, look this shit up. Research the shit. Research the companies you're working for. What is the rate of hire from their unpaid interns? You know, like, I've been a nice person, and on top of me being crazy ambitious, I've been like, okay, let me do this, and let me do like small things for free. So like in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna do an internship for free. I've never been that person, but I'm like, oh, I can do a week of work for free, or I can, do work from home work for free, like the remote internships or telecommute internships, or I can do like a couple of days, or I can like write articles for free, or whatever it is. And every single time I've been screwed, and I see it consistently, you know? Um, and I see the same people that are telling people to fight for their rights and fight for their artistry, and then they're asked to work for free. Now, a lot of times, even if, like, think about this for a second. Like, I want you to really think about it. If it's like a really big corporation that you're trying to work for, right? And they don't pay you, right? Already it's a corporation, so it ain't shit. You know what I mean? They have the funds, they have the means to pay you a stipend. They have that means. Not just transportation to make sure you get there, but a fucking stipend. They have the funds. They have the funds to give you a very low salary. It actually would be no sweat off their back. It really wouldn't. They have the means to do that because you are providing a service for them, you know. Even if you're not the most skilled person there, well, that's why you shouldn't be getting 100 grand a year, because you're not the most skilled person there. Um, that's why you're not even getting 50 grand per year. But should you at least get 20 an hour? Absolutely. Absolutely. What the fuck are you supposed to be doing? Like, don't listen. And don't listen to the people in that industry when they're like, oh no, you should be doing this. And then just like work full time, on your off hours and go to school. That's because they just want your free work. They want your free labor. Who doesn't want free labor? Who doesn't want like legal slavery? It's not even indentured servitude. It's like actual legal slavery. Like, indentured servitude and apprenticeships, those are different. Those are different things. But if you're not an apprentice, what are you doing? Like, honestly, you know what I mean? And then if they're not a big corporation and they're like a small company or whatever, like, they need to reevaluate the creative. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you're creative, and I'm gonna link an article below, because there's a writer that talked about this. I mean, there are a lot of writers, but this is why I'm writing this video. It's like in response to something he had said. And so many people want your soul, your spirit. They want to milk you dry. And I've been asked by people I care and respect to work for free, and every time I've done it, I've regretted it, because even though you're working for free, they don't expect less labor from you. Like, they will have no problem asking you for more labor, more time. more concessions, more compromises. You know, the way you're treated by your boss at your job, that's the same way you're going to get treated at the internship, except you just aren't getting any pay for it. So it's like, we're going to need you to stay later. We're going to need you to do this. You're going to get those when your boss or middle management is mad at you and starts yelling at you. And then you'll have this moment where you're like, I'm getting yelled at and I'm working here for free. You know, I'm taking money. Actually, you lose the money because now you're like fucking paying to get there, you know? And classes are different. Obviously, you pay for classes, but that's individualized attention, you know? Oh my god, I gotta blow my nose first. I will be right back. We can get into how college should be free, and that's a whole other story. But my point is, it's still centered around you with classes, apprenticeships, and these sort of things. If you admire someone, and I'm telling you because I recently had my heart broken because, you know, and you can't even call these things out, but I'm telling you right now, you meet your heroes and they disappoint you. I recently did something, it was not super recent, but I did some free work for someone that I admired who I was under the impression was struggling. And this person then they put me under I thought that they were broke or that they didn't have a lot of money to like pay people or whatever. But because I respected this person's work so much, I said, let me work for this, let me do this one thing. And I did that one thing. And since this person gloats on social media about how much this person makes, this person gloats and then tells other people that they should be, you know, cautious and like freaking fight hard to make more money on the same work I did for this person for free. And it was literally because I just admired this person. And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't do this for a corporation. But if you think, oh, I'll work for my hero for free because they've provided so much to me, even though I've paid for this person's services, I've paid for their work before, that at the very least that this is going to help me. Payment should not be an exposure. Fuck me and exposure. That's bullshit. Anyone that wants to pay you an exposure or revenue, bullshit. All that, there are certain keywords, especially in film, where they're like, you'll get payment like after this goes to festivals and all that. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. There's a small exception where it's not bullshit. I don't think it's worth it for that small exception because 95% of the time, you're going to be the person asked out. I've lost paying jobs fucking with non-paying jobs. When someone respects your time, they pay you for it. Okay? If they don't have the means to pay their creatives, then they need to reevaluate their business plan. They need to figure that out. Or do the work themselves. Because they can always do that work themselves. Especially if they're credible. Why don't they do the work themselves? Think about that. You go to a coffee shop. I'm sorry, I'll pay you an exposure. I will like hashtag this on Instagram and your shit will blow up. Are they gonna, a barista's gonna take that? You know, think about it this way, like when it comes to creatives, writers, actors, and with everything else, it's always like they'll be the people paid for nothing. I know a girl that did a video, like a film, where she was butt ass naked in it. It was like an independent film. And what did this bitch get? She got $0. But if she had been in a different forum, if she was like a cam girl or doing some other form of sex work, she would have at least gotten $50 minimum. But somehow her stuff is more valued in this film where she got no money for it than in, you know, a different industry doing the same exact thing. It's BS. People don't value creatives. They want to bleed you dry. They want your genius, and they want it to boost their shit, but they're not willing to pay a price for it. Just thinking about how this... Oh, my nose. I don't love my nose. I just have bad allergies. Like, don't judge me. Okay, hold on. Listen to the girl with the stuffy nose. It's the allergies. It's like there's nothing I can do about it. Actually, sometimes I wear a face mask. So I'll wear this face mask here so I can give this last. Just because There's a lot going on with me. But listen to the girl with the face mask and that stuffy nose. Think about this country and how this country is still lamenting over the Civil War and over Robert E. Lee and the fact that the South lost because now they don't have slaves. They've re-implemented that in the form of these internships and breaking into these industries, um, by giving free labor, you know, fucking, yeah, it's real. It's real right now. Um, that's what they're doing right now. That's how they're circumventing the whole system. People are so mad because they want to keep the hierarchy there. They want to give you that hope and that promise of the American dream while maintaining their status. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.